start episode 54 with a reading of the recap from Java's perspective, I suppose, but I believe Ethan was the one who had volunteered to read it.
Did I?
That's what I was told by the rest of the group.
Lies.
Nobody
were-
remembers.
You were chosen while, I guess, in
This is
a
why you
couple
get here on time, Ethan.
couple months. Well, yeah, our on time is a fluid thing, but yeah, if you don't get there early,
No, it
you
was
never know
just-
what could happen.
That was that was our best memory, but you were also the only one not here to correct us. So
I'm happy to do it. So I'll do that for the sake of fairness to players. So Avery wrote up from Java's perspective his notes. Life is both fun and mysterious. The bunker that we found ourselves in is full of surprises. Not exactly something that I think we can just surrender to anyone, especially not the cops. With only 10 minutes to spare, I had the brilliant idea to ask the computer exactly what I wanted to know. The chair I sat in was nice, but Nick's chair made him into a vegetable again. Offered me a chair, too, so I waited, unsure, until Saoirse asked me to sit in the chair. I was able to ask it some questions. Are you going to hurt my friends? Not convinced the answer was no. Where's Nafia? Useless answer. Do you know the other computers? And how many of there are you? It said, I wouldn't assume that. Can you make candy like the other one? Well, it was going to try. It's sticky like the last one, at least. What do you want? Apparently it answered, to do what it's told. Who am I? Question mark. And who are you? It said, Echo. Those are the extent of Java's notes from last time.
Very helpful.
He had priorities.
we could also add in from Saoirse's perspective that she was kicking herself for telling Java to sit in that chair because she couldn't really think of anything they could have gained from that after she told him to do it. And then on top
Out
of
the way,
that,
right?
Gain
she
some candy.
somehow managed to interact with the pylon that was similar to the one on Urala and get a menu to open up. And then she made the mistake when not being able to read the menu, thought she saw one that looked familiar, so she clicked a button for an option she couldn't read. Read things first, kids. Thankfully, she had enough sense to not push any more buttons and went and got Cade instead, but was very disappointed to find out he could not see the interface like she could.
Fortunately, whoever designed the interface on that thing put a confirmation prompt on one of the more impactful choices.
Impactful is a really good word for what that would have done. What we're all inferring that would have done, actually.
Yeah.
You're about to be transported to an irradiated planet. Are you sure you want to proceed?
Yeah. Yeah, it just so happens it's going to deposit you on the surface in the middle of nowhere with no protection for the elements. Well,
Would you like me to call your therapist instead of this option? Yes or no?
Well, I believe I had told you guys that we'd pick up next time with you all getting out of Dodge and but keeping an eye from a distance with the Hello Neighbor and seeing what goes down at the house. So, excuse me. trying to think how to ask this without it being a confusing question.
I
Best
can
of
answer
luck.
it before you
Complicated.
ask if
Has
that
to.
helps.
Oh, that would definitely help. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Make it so much less confusing, Dex.
Yeah, the answer is green.
Oh, perfect. In that case, everyone roll initiative, please.
Sweet.
Oh my.
That was the right response.
Oh, you just made me think of No Man's Sky. I just recently got back into playing that, and there are a bunch of places where you're finding these facilities that are run by various alien species whose language you may know nothing about. And so you get a bunch of gibberish, and then you have to choose options.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes, yeah, it's just like, oh, I guessed correctly. I get the reward I wanted.
Yeah.
Anyway, no. So the question was going to be, is there a particular part of the house or its surroundings that you wanted to focus the drone's attention on?
Yeah, Cade.
Yeah. It's all on you, Robert.
I'm sorry.
If you'd like input, I would
What am I
answer
confirming here?
the whole house.
Is there a
I'm
particular
trying to
part
remember. I
of?
thought we got a. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're
Go ahead.
getting out of Dodge, but the Hello neighbor is still watching the house. I guess I'm. Let me actually put it this way. Do you want to just get a look at the outside of the house and, the approach like you were doing from up high? Or do you want to try to get an angle to look in the windows and see what's going on inside the house? Let's just make it binary and simple.
Oh, okay. I thought you were referring back to like a hack and answer a question. That's why I got confused.
Oh, nope.
Maybe he'll bring the drone a little bit lower in altitude and off to the side to get an angle. But he's not gonna reveal the drone or take risks like that.
Yeah, no, you won't. You won't have to get close. It's just that getting, you can keep it far enough away and high enough that there's not an issue. It's just a matter of, looking inside the house is going to limit your field of view on the surroundings and the various streets that approach. Is what I was getting at.
Yeah, at this point, we're not expecting any sort of external groups to come rolling up. We're expecting that she or one of her associates teleported in. So, yeah, I think we need to get an idea of what's going on in the house.
Okay.
We've got those floater lamps that we just got. So would you want to? That's a more disposable audio-visual drone.
Those are also
also
unfortunately super short ranged.
Oh, rats!
Yeah.
They're pretty range limited, aren't they?
Yeah, we have like 100-kilometer range with Hello Neighbor, and it can see from 2 kilometers away. So all we have to do is be far enough away from the house to get a good angle, and we can see through the windows pretty well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
You got the advanced sensor suite. Does that give us any?
That's what that
stuff where we can
does.
see through walls. Oh, okay, so that's just extending the range.
Yeah, no, not through walls exactly. I mean,
No
you could
crazy
get,
X-rays.
you'd be able to get like a, if I remember correctly, oh, no, sorry. For a second, I was mixing it up with the survey scanning stuff that you can put on a ship. That can get you like, maps of relatively close to surface sort of stuff, but,
Well, it does have UV and IR visual packages, remote sound, radiation and chemical detectors, and can focus on conversations or facial expressions up to 2 kilometers away, even operating in absence of light. So visible light.
Mhm.
So we can be quite far away, and if she's talking in the living room, we can pick it up. So
Mhm.
I would say,
Yeah.
yeah, we're gonna move the drone away so that it's not gonna be detected by the house, and just focus in like the double glass door at the back kind of thing.
Yeah.
Whatever affords us
Okay.
the best view into the house.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good then. So you can do that. I don't know. We won't. We won't worry about exactly how far away you guys are. We'll just say that you're, um, a couple streets over or something. Off the beaten path. Not obviously like driving away from that specific neighborhood. Um, in case that becomes a concern. All right, then Kate is repositioning the Hello Neighbor, and all right, as he's watching through the windows from one side of the house, um, he notices that. Well, I guess I don't know. We'll just say lights were on when you came in or something. Um, you left them that way. Lights go out inside the house, and
Hmm.
but shortly after, you catch in the dim light, you catch movement in the master bedroom. Now, let me see here. You were saying, make sure I'm understanding the whole observation suite here. In the complete absence of visible light. Okay, yeah, because UV or infrared and stuff. So you can make out the a shape, and I guess everybody else is watching on the spare data slab or whatever, the control slab.
Yeah, if we're able to be parked somewhere,
The
sure.
light spectrum shifts to accommodate the change in lighting, and you see a familiar cloaked and hooded form make a brief appearance near a window before blinds drop, cutting off that angle, that one window of view. And as you watch, you catch similar glimpses in each of the other rooms from that side as the and each time, you're apparently making a quick peek out. Now, with your enhanced observation suite here, go ahead and just give me give me like we'll just
Notice
make it a
check.
regular old program check with intelligence.
Okay.
It makes sense. Notice with intelligence would work, but it's kind of okay.
Yeah, if he's got the
Kind of
option
just a
for program it, yeah.
yeah. Say it fits with the fiction here of operating some of the more complex features of the drone's features. Anyway, you're able to get better resolution on the face that's hidden in the hood, and it is certainly not a human face.
Oh no, it is the alien lady.
Mm-hmm.
Called
I
it.
It
freaking
is
called it.
I didn't want to believe it, but it's true.
It is decidedly reptilian.
Hmm.
Oh no, it's lizard
Um,
people.
And I'm realizing that the picture was not in the folder I thought it was. Hold on one moment while I fish up the appropriate. Why
Is that a
are-
pun? Are you giving us a hint about what this person looks like?
I
Oh, no,
said
it's a fish
reptilian, not a
It's a fish
not
woman.
amphibious. Let's see. Why? Okay, sorry. Why are those on extra large icons? Good gravy. Okay. Okay, so I think what I can do is go right here, hit this, yeah. Sorry, a little bit of
Okay, I don't
Mike
even
is
know what
why
I
it took her
found.
so long to get here from Ariscor Coupiette.
Oh, because it's taking me time to find the picture.
She's a fish
What,
on
this
a bicycle.
picture?
Oh man, I
It's a terrible piece of history, but hey.
oh no.
Oh my stars.
Well, I was just thinking of the whole taking out the Nafia mask, and I was like, well, that's suited. Yup, it is them. Yup. Cult the
Dad
species.
freaking gummit.
Did have I shared this before with you guys?
Yeah.
Yep.
So you mean we didn't
Okay.
have to fly from Ariscor Coupiette to here? We could have just teleported?
How rude.
I'm not saying that. I mean, I guess if you had the means and also if you wanted to leave your ship behind, sure.
And if we wanted to ask creepy reptilian lady.
And that neither of those computers were exactly helpful.
If I'm, let's see, if I'm remembering correctly, I'm trying to cast back in my mind. You guys got this from one of the Praetorians, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
I remembered.
they
Okay.
told us that that was the alien, the pre-Scream alien that was hunting around the ruins of the city, if I recall.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yes, indeed.
And by
Yeah, I
pre-Scream
remembered
alien,
what
not
they
just
given
an
the
alien
description.
race that's pre-Scream, an alien, singular alien that is
Mhm.
pre-Scream.
Yeah.
Which I call
Yeah,
shenanigans,
so,
because that picture says she's only 3.
well, I'll
An
not
alien
spoil for you what that actually means. Yeah, how many years does it take their home planet to circle their sun?
Well, 365
That would
days.
actually be pretty funny. Let's see. So anyway, that is that face. You know, not in quite in so many colors, but with your infrared, you know, making out the details in the notably cooler face than what a human's would look like in that spectrum. You can still get the contrast and identify that alien.
Yeah. Cade's gonna
Um,
like freeze frame on that and throw it on the tablet.
Narrow shouts.
And he's gonna like get the drone out of there and show it to Saoirse and say, "We might have a problem."
What is it?
Well, it's not Nafia, or if it is, we still have a problem.
When she
Remember
sees
her?
the picture she says something that sounds really angry and frustrated, but you can't quite understand it because it just sounds like garbled native Sersha. Um, she's obviously not using anyone else's voice. And then she's gonna like put her head in her hands and then she'll look over at Cade and just say, "Do I sound crazy for saying I think it is Nafia?"
I mean, that is kind of a scary thought now, isn't it?
That would explain why she doesn't have kids.
Yeah, it would.
I hate to say it, but why don't we try calling Nafia now?
Just out of curiosity, did we leave the phone in the house?
Yeah, we
Oh
did.
yeah.
Okay.
Hey, yeah, we
We
left
didn't-
it.
Did you guys? Okay.
We didn't want to try moving it and like well, our thing was if we activated
Right.
it back at our base or like anything like that, then if anyone was watching Nafia, right,
Mm-hmm.
then they'd be coming down on us.
I
So we
remember
left
that
it
argument.
there.
That was smart.
Yeah.
Okay, so because I was gonna say at some point someone had picked it up, so yeah, if you guys had decided to
but it
leave it,
was-
that's also fine.
Turned off or I
I'll
forget
allow
what, but
Yeah, it had run out its battery.
Do
Yeah.
you think that Nero picked it up and showed it to Cade, so it might not be exactly where she left it?
I mean, clearly this person knows that the house was broken into.
Well, that's true.
mm-hmm.
And if they plug it into the charger and start looking it up, it's going to be pretty clear that people have been trying to get in contact. So,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, maybe Kate will just send a message like text wise, like just, hey, following up about the other day. Are you okay? And okay is obviously capitalized.
Oh no,
Fully spelled out.
So
Okay.
Sersha's wanting to call the phone instead of a text because if Hello
Oh.
Neighbor sees this thing answer the phone and we hear Nafia's voice, then that confirms things for us.
Unfortunately,
Oh.
the blinds are closed at this point.
Well, but also the thing is if he gets an immediate response, he's just going to call.
I see. Go forth, sir.
I'm also on the side of just going straight to call because even though the blinds are closed, if we don't even need to see it. If the call is answered, we know where the phone is, and if the call is answered in Nafia's voice, there's only a few different possibilities. Topmost of which is this thing is Nafia.
Right. Okay, well, he'll just make a call then.
Cue Ben feverishly rolling in the background to see if this alien would actually answer the phone or have plugged in the phone at this point or anything.
I do have another question first. So, Robert, what did you say Cade was doing with the Hello Neighbor?
He was gonna just withdraw it.
Okay.
Sersha
I
would
don't
want
know.
him to stave off from doing that just a little longer.
Okay, well, in that case, he's definitely not moving any closer. If anything, he'd move a little bit further away with the drone, just in case whatever this alien is can see it.
Okay. All right. So Cade is.
I don't think Kate and Nafia had any sort of established protocol for like a wellness check. Like, are you okay? Are you compromised? Are you
Right,
this or
no.
that?
No, but she knows that you guys have her number, and she knew to kind of expect that you might call from a number she didn't recognize.
Well, I was thinking about authenticating her as Nafia. Like if we
Oh, right.
had some sort of
No,
protocol in place, we could just authenticate her that way.
that would be nice, wouldn't
Yeah, that would be great foresight.
it?
If
Um,
only.
if only. But yeah, we'll just pick up the phone and
By the way, just a shout out to the greatest good I'm ever gonna get with Lincoln Zelda. That was amazing. On a totally
that was
random note,
hilarious.
I had not read that until tonight when I had just opened Discord. And now I'm having a good laugh.
So true. All right, so Cade calls up Nafia's number, rings, and it rings,
Oh,
and it rings, and it goes to voicemail.
but that means
Sorry,
if
I
it
can't come to
rang,
the phone. I'm too busy being a lizard alien right now.
Oh, okay. Well, because you're saying that if it were, I guess I didn't. Sorry, I wasn't trying to communicate that. It does the same thing that it's been doing before, in that it went to
Mhm.
voicemail.
Okay.
Right.
no, come on.
Sorry, I guess I should not have said that it rang. That is um that is a little boo boo on my part.
Wow, Ben, learn how phones work. Come on.
I thought your generation was supposed to
Sorry.
be good with phones. Oh,
I
that's
know.
texting, not calls. My bad.
Also good at renting and not owning. Oh, wait.
So
Yeah.
anyway, sorry. To clarify,
Oh.
you call and it does the same thing that it has been doing in going to voicemail when it,
Mhm.
indicating that it's dead.
Okay.
Stersha's
Well,
going to tell him to send a text, which was what he'd originally wanted to do.
Aww.
And then if
so
she,
he'll hang up and then send a text, and just say, following up on last week, are you okay? And we need to
Eating,
set up a time to talk and catch up, and just leave it there.
eating any good bugs recently?
All right. Cade sends that text. And now, having been a couple minutes since he pulled the drone up for just to observe the house and surroundings in general again after the blinds were closed, the drone catches it kind of pings you with it catches in its field of view a vehicle moving a little erratically or a little differently than the rest.
Hmm.
Um, a couple streets over, on a road coming in from further out of town, there's a car that's doing a decent bit more over the limit than most people are doing around here,
Coming to the house or going away from the house?
towards the house.
Ah.
It looks like a pretty nice car. Um,
oh, I bet it's
in fact,
Kareem.
it is in fact a grav car. It is not Kareem's grav car though. But it is coming, zipping along the road, and
Does the
sure
car
enough, as
have a
you expect.
decorated backside?
Well, you don't have a good look at its backside just yet, but soon and very soon.
Like vehicle like owner, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, Kate's gonna check out the car real
Can
quick,
you
see if he
run
can get a
sight?
picture of the driver.
Okay.
Can we get pictures of like any kind of do Tabukan grab cars have like license plates or like any kind of thing like that that
Yeah, they would typically have plates too. So once it arrives, which it's making all the right turns to come to the house as you expect.
we didn't
Um,
leave the henchies there, did we?
no,
No, they're
no, they
behind
followed
us.
you. Windows are tinted.
Before Ben gets too far in on this narrative, do we want to start making our way back to the house, back in that direction?
It
Yeah,
could get in
probably.
good with the lizard woman if we help her avoid whoever this is attacking her.
Unless they called whoever this is.
True.
Yeah.
But it's worth a shot.
Okay, so you guys want to start heading back towards the house to be not on an intercept course exactly, but maybe where you could arrive shortly after it if you'd like.
That sounds good.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. You guys could do that and signal to the Hinchies to follow along. All right. So tinted grav car zips on into the neighborhood. It's a sharp, abrupt turn into the driveway to a quick stop and stops in the garage. The
In the garage?
no, outside the garage.
Oh.
As the driver's side door opens, the garage door starts rising up, and out of the grav car steps Nafia.
Yeah.
I thought so.
Yeah, me too. As soon as you said Kareem, I was like, maybe Nafia.
And she slams the door of the grav car shut and runs in through the open garage door, and it begins closing behind her.
Huh.
He's under the bed with the lizard people.
Yeah, basically.
What would you guys like to do? You can now, by the way, get an angle on the plate of the grav car.
Nero looks over at whoever's in passenger seat. I think Nero was driving, right?
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Oh no.
Hey, do not tempt me.
Yes, please do not tempt him.
We destroy his vocal cords trying to do the voice.
Alexandrius Jonesson is busy ranting on a local radio station.
Wait,
Few
can we
people
not
listen to.
say? I really don't want to give any more airtime to that name.
Yes.
What name? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you thought I was talking about. Oh, okay.
You know, just
Sorry.
So,
Anyway, so memes aside,
yeah, Nero's looking for some direction. What do we do?
we were at the turn of the neighborhood, blinker on.
I think we
Uh,
just drive straight instead of making the final turn, guys.
We rush in there and catch him lizard-handed.
Saoirse's gonna say they need to back off.
There's too much we don't know. We thought we were going into a very different situation, and with everything we've learned, I think we need to back off.
We drive by
Agreed.
and we text a picture. It's good to see you.
Saoirse's gonna look at Brother Nick deadpan.
Say, which you text her the picture of the front of the house. Do you text her the picture of the alien face through the window too?
Yeah.
Saoirse is just she's literally just looking at Brother Nick, and she's like, "Please tell me you're joking."
New phone, who dis?
It's only half or partially. I think it'd be good to know when Afia's hidden an alien from us, considering we didn't hide our alien from her.
Nero turns off the blinker, and the blinker which would have taken us past the house, and drives straight instead away from it.
Okay. And she's follow suit.
Sorry, Ethan. I realized that I cut right into you.
Oh, you good?
I was trying to add action to what Brother Nick was saying, so that he'd be saying it as the car starts driving away.
Mm-hmm.
Well then, where to next? I guess, where do you guys want to be driving while you continue to discuss the your next steps?
Back to the hotel.
Yeah, I guess back to the hotel. If he is good, which it looks like she is, and we're not wanting to try to needle the truth out of her, I guess we're back to working on Operation Hurry Up and Wait.
I think it's going to be very evident to Nafia and whoever this person we're dealing with is that who it was that broke in. Like, she's going to know it was us.
Yeah, I'm guessing the computer already told on us, spilled all the tea.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, probably.
I think Nero and Java were the only two that were biomorphed.
Yeah.
So whatever other cameras
We
she
assumed
might have
we
had around.
were checking on a friend.
Not the evil lizard overlord.
Wow, racist.
The evil lizard of the West.
No red slippers to be seen. Might still be out there somewhere. Alrighty then. So you guys are driving back. Hello neighbor in tow. You can bring it down to the vehicle before you get too far, just to tidy it up. So you can go your full speed and all that. So yeah,
Open the
back to Hurry Up
sunroof
Wait.
and land it right inside.
Yeah. Yeah, so back to Hurry Up and Wait. Say about 15-20 minutes later, Cade gets a text back.
Yep. Of course.
Now, what had Cade texted her again?
basically, are you okay? We need to meet and catch up soon.
Okay. Yeah, let's see. Let's see, let me get this typed out here. Let's see. Yeah, this was to Kate. I'm trying to remember if had Nero messaged her or had Nero just called her.
Hmm.
This is the sort of thing I could have looked up if I'd taken the time to go listen to the to the recordings.
Well, I'll sympathize with you. It's actually really hard to find specific instances of things in a 3-hour video that you don't know where it is.
Very true.
I was very lucky to, after trawling through 4 wrong sessions, actually land near enough that I recognized when I was trying to pick up what it was that Saoirse had typed for Nero in the text
Oh.
while Nero was sleeping. I was really lucky to land on that.
Oh yeah.
I don't remember if Nero ever texted or called Nafia.
Okay. We'll say we'll not worry about it for now. If it happens that you did, we'll just say that Nafia was delayed getting back to her.
Okay. I don't think Nero had any reason specifically to reach out to Nafia. You may be conflating because I've pushed getting in contact with Nafia quite a lot,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't think
Yeah.
Nero specifically would have been the point person for that contact.
Right. Okay. All right. Well then, so you guys will be able to make it back to the hotel without incident. I don't know if you want to focus on some back and forth with Nafia right now, or have some discussion in character or out of character. You know, it's up to you guys.
Saoirse is overwhelmed.
Yeah, I think we need to schedule a time to meet up with her. Figure out what's going on.
She's trying to figure out if their hotel has a bar right now and if she feels safe enough going there.
Well, Nero doesn't drink.
There is one.
All right.
So everywhere is safe if you take Nero with you.
All right. Designated running partner.
Nero looks over at her. What?
I need you to do a different kind of lap today. I'm very sorry. But I need you to make sure that you don't get too out of sorts. Well, I have a bit of a nightcap. By the way, what time is it? Because I'm assuming it's only like 2 p.m. or something.
I was wondering the same thing.
Just a small drink.
Whatever time it is.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Saoirse's
Actually.
done with today.
Yeah,
I
we'll
know.
say early afternoon.
Hold on.
Oh,
Can you
okay.
guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, my headset just died.
Oh, okay.
Um, Ben, do you mind? Never mind. Actually, I can just use speakerphone unless you guys tell me otherwise. Um, so does
Yeah, it sounds fine for right now.
Nero have any questions for that?
Nero looks a little bit confused, but she's got that. She's also got that expression of, okay.
Okay.
It's Nero's. I'm confused, but I'm going to do what I think I'm being asked to do expression.
Saoirse is at the very least going to go upstairs and change her clothes since she just broke into someone's house in this current outfit. And then once she's in different clothes, she looks in the mirror and is contemplating whether or not to change her face or not.
Mm.
So I'm sorry, I paused in case anybody else has any kind of role play they would like to add to us
Mhm.
getting back to the hotel.
I can add something if Robert and Ethan don't have anything.
I mean, Cage would change into a more like loungewear style suit and probably head down to the bar, but get a coffee instead.
Change out of his
I
athletic
put on my
suit.
casual three-piece.
Mhm. I was thinking Brother Nick hadn't got to wear his polar bear suit.
Oh
yet.
no.
Yeah.
Mm.
Hello here.
We're all going casual. Nero changes also. She
Oh no, this one's not casual.
oh,
Oh no,
I need to
Ethan.
look.
This one's fancy.
That's amazing.
Oh my stars. So
Brother Bear.
Well, Nero does dress down. She dresses down like she's going for a run.
Oops.
So some sweatpants, probably a bandeau top, and a
it's
sweater
a
over it
hotel bar.
in a hotel
Literal.
bar.
Yeah, you're good. By the way, Ben, do they have like a hotel suite kind of situation where it's like they have a shared living space but like separate rooms, or is it just like Motel 8 style where there's like two doors on either side of a doorway? I never
See,
asked how nice of a hotel we're staying at.
yeah, I think it's more of the latter. It's not Motel 8, but I mean, even nicer hotels will have that sort of shared door kind of situation connecting them.
But it's not a
Um,
suite, is what I'm saying.
no, it's not. It's not
Okay.
that fancy.
Oh well.
You guys would need to go up a level for that sort of accommodation. You guys are at like the common daily expenses right now.
So then,
Mhm.
question for the group: would we be leaving our doors in between the rooms unlocked, or are we leaving them locked?
Yeah.
Like, are we all trying to like stay in contact with each other during our stay here, or
I guess we'd leave it open.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
How else are wacky hijinks gonna happen?
obviously?
Now, Nero does at least go light on the weapons, by which I mean she only takes one mono blade and one stun baton.
Okay.
And then she goes back for a thermal knife.
Does anybody try to like coordinate with Nero and Saoirse about going down to the bar, or is it just everybody got back to the hotel and was like, "I'm gonna do my own thing," and they all through hive mind came to the same conclusion, which was time for the hotel bar.
Oh, I think it was hive mind.
Okay. It's we've all been living around each other for too long. We're now all thinking the same way.
And I think around the time when Nero is, she's gotten dressed, she's gotten armed, and she's pulling her hair back into a ponytail, is when she realizes, hey, wait a minute, Saoirse's not dressing for running. She just, with her hands behind her head, just holding, the beginnings of a ponytail, she looks over at Saoirse. Oh.
Saoirse kind of looks over. Well,
Nothing.
Saoirse looks distracted, but being Saoirse immediately notices what Nero's wearing. Just asks her, "You gonna go like that?"
She finishes putting her hair in the ponytail, looks down. Yes.
You realize I'm taking you to the bar.
She thinks for a second. Maybe a bodybuilder will come up and hit on me then.
Are you suddenly dissatisfied with your man?
I'm not gonna go with him.
Go with him where?
The bodybuilder.
Saoirse goes
To the beach.
back looking at herself in the mirror and starts kind of tweaking different little facial features.
What is
with
going on there?
With their biosonic stuff.
Oh my word!
Is that
Robert.
what you're saying?
Yeah.
It's an arm wrestle, guys.
Have you not seen the arm wrestle match?
No, not this.
It was hilarious. The girl had no chance. And she starts spazzing out trying to compensate with her leg.
Oh no.
Yeah.
She was trying to compensate with her volume as well.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Oh, she was basically scream hollering.
Oh boy.
While Saoirse's
Well-
tweaking with her appearance, Nero just kind of leans against the dresser. It's okay. I didn't want to be anyone hitting on me anyways.
Saoirse settles on changing her hair to blonde and her face back into something more recognizable as Saoirse.
Okay.
And then she looks over at Nero and kind of looks a little serious, but not too serious. She just looks like she's thinking and says, "Do you think Kareem knows about Nafia?"
I don't know. I was wondering that while we were driving back.
Aye.
And how do you even ask that?
To be honest, I don't have much experience in that area. That is asking a man if he knows if his boss is in league with lizard people.
Nero just nods.
It's not a Hallmark card for that.
There isn't a Hallmark card for that.
Oh, Ethan. You read my mind sometimes. It wasn't that particular, but that's where my mind was going. Not something they teach at school.
Happy anniversary on finding out your boss is a lizard. Never shakes her head.
Yeah.
Saoirse then remembers they're on to Book and changes her hair to black.
Hmm.
She seems like she's not entirely focused on the conversation.
It's okay. Nera rolls her eyes. And then just waits. And then gets bored
somebody
of
else-
waiting. And finds a ball to bounce onto the wall.
Good call. Somebody else can remember better how the lead up to that Hallmark quote was phrased by, I guess, Danielle and Tex. That would feel free to add that or type it out. That would be helpful context. I didn't think I was gonna get it right. Meanwhile, so the ladies have been getting ready to go to the hotel bar. What were Kate and brother Nick gonna be up to?
Okay, it's just gonna be like heading to the bar, getting a coffee or something.
What would
Mhm.
Java be doing, Ben?
Well, let's see. I actually should have. I guess this would need to be a flashback. Once everything got sorted out and the urgent situation was over, and you guys were all driving back, Java would have leaned over to Nara while she's driving and held out.
Oh, she scarfed it down.
Shit. Nice.
Yeah. Well, she tries at first. She doesn't cram the whole thing in her mouth. She does want to try it and see what it tastes like.
It is good. No bugs in it that you can tell.
Okay. She keeps telling him that she has to eat more before she can decide if it's good.
Okay. He's watching her very intently. Watching her facial reactions and stuff. Go ahead and give me a perform check with charisma.
Let's see, where is perform?
We'll end up in initiative over a candy bar if this doesn't go well.
Yeah. So after Nero has taken a couple passes at it, it's fairly firm. It's like Jolly Rancher sucker, basically, or like Jolly Rancher
It's the
sickle.
same, bro.
But it she gets a funny look from Java, and he says, "You already know it's good."
No, I need to try more.
Let me have some. Come on.
No, I have to
And
make
he-
sure it's good.
He says, You're fine, and he reaches for it.
Nero's driving.
Well, sorry guys, we're gonna have to retcon your little role playing there in a minute if we all die in a fiery crash.
I want to say that she does fight him for it, but is careful enough not to actually get in a wreck. Just swervy enough to get everybody yelling at them both. Before he gets it away from her.
Who would be the most vocal chastising the two of them?
I think it'd be Saoirse.
But that's gonna be in like Gaelic, probably.
Yeah.
At the very least.
Nero understands
ab-
Saoirse's tone by now.
Yeah. At this point, they at least understand her tones. Yeah.
Mhm.
She's gonna be like, "Oi, you two, quit acting the maggot and drive."
Java would protest as he's trying to wrangle it out of Nero's hand. I'm not driving. I'm not a maggot either.
Oi, you're really being a chancellor right now, though. So get your hands off the wheel.
I think she loses grip on it, makes one last reach for it, jerking the wheel the other way, and then straightens the car out.
Java mumbles something around the the Jolly Rancher sickle in his mouth. That it's hard to make out, but it sounds like it includes Chaucer.
Saoirse continues yelling, and you hear something about a dosser and eating the head off somebody, but you're not sure exactly who she's directing that at.
At some point in this, Nero looks over, is like side eyes over at Java, and gives him the smallest little shrug. That was a fun flashback.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what Jabba had been up to. At this point, he's probably just chilling. He's waiting for everyone else to come back down from the rooms. He's munching on a rice cake, nibbling at least. Nicely done, Ethan. All right. Well, what was Brother Nick going to do? Was he going to visit the bar with everybody else?
Oh yeah, he'd put on his fancy
Oh
suit.
yeah. Okay.
And I think he was getting a head start on plan Hurry Up and Wait, where they were talking about trying to where is that? They're talking
one
about
of the pinned
reaching out
messages.
to sympathetic contacts they had as part of the propaganda war.
Mm.
So I guess getting the ball rolling on that while he's waiting for everybody.
Okay, got you.
And I guess also considering his strange memory vision.
Yeah. Yeah, by the way, sorry, I got busy. I had meant to type up some response to that, but that'll be my homework for this next before next session to work out some back and forth how we want to do that. I have a little bit of bandwidth for that. Let me see here.
Oh, I'm sorry. This is not where Brother Nick put his bar outfit. Apologies.
Oh, well, I think we've done fit checks in session chat before.
Okay.
Yeah, session chat is fine. He put it out of character, but say anything that is like canonically something your character is wearing or has worn or whatever.
I can move mine over to there.
I do like having that stuff in session chat. I think maybe it's probably that stuff has been elsewhere, like when you guys are proposing different things, but
Gotcha.
it is nice to have the final thing in session chat with a little bit of description for it.
Yeah. Maybe if it gets put other places, we can at least try and like, I guess like
Mhm.
gather it up into session
Yeah.
chat.
I mean, if you guys wanted to, you could make a separate place to put that sort of stuff, but I like putting it in session chat just fine.
We
Yeah,
have a
we
That
could.
Pinterest for
whole
it.
Pinterest board. Yeah.
Oh man, Saoirse's gonna call him daddy issues the whole evening now.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Ah,
Corduroy
dress-
suit coat.
dressing like your old man, I see.
No. This is far too cheap. He would never be caught dead like this.
Even Nero gives him a scrunched eyebrow and a double take at that.
He'll just look at her like, say, what? He wouldn't. It's not even like gold stitching or embroidery or anything.
I don't understand a word you said.
Saoirse looks very amused and you've noticed that she's definitely taking note of how Cade's outfits have changed since they've gotten back onto Tabuk. So she's trying not to say too much, but it kind of tickles her to see how Cade is slipping back into his aristocracy since they've gotten back on planet. Especially since she's basically been seeing him in his super casual ship clothes or armored, vac suit or something like that, or undercover. So she hasn't
Yeah.
really seen Cade. It would be like
That was the equivalent of him in
Cade-
sweats.
right. It'd be like seeing Brother Nick at the Abbey, like seeing someone in their element, or seeing Nero on her family farm or something like.
In her overalls.
Yeah, in her overalls. Yeah, so it's been something that's just amusing to Saoirse. But by the way, when I typed in casual 3-piece suit a second ago, I
Mhm.
just want to share with the class something that came up. Hold on. Yeah, casual 3-piece suit. Here it was. Let's start with the color. The color is pink. And then also it is short sleeved and has shorts.
Oh no.
What?
Oh no.
I think we need a picture of this.
Mhm.
I
It's
agree.
not
Yeah.
showing me the pink one anymore, but it is showing me. Oh, there's the pink one. Okay, it was an ad. Guys, for $100, you yourself can own this suit. All right, here we go. I'm just gonna real quick put it there.
Beautiful.
Oh
That's
No.
going on my brother Nick
No.
Pinterest
That's
board.
amazing.
Danielle, that needs to be immortalized in OOC chat. That can't be here
I-
just temporarily blipped.
I'm gonna delete this and put that in out of character chat so you can
Yeah.
all react to it.
I need one of those.
That's
No,
Java's
like,
outfit.
first.
Well, what gets me
That
too
would
is
be
the guy's
Java's
hair and
outfit. Oh my
beard.
gosh.
Bring it
Oh,
back to
baby.
session chat.
Hold on, Java's outfit.
Oh
Sorry,
no.
Avery. You're out of town, so Java's outfit has been chosen for
I
you.
feel like
So,
Avery would absolutely
you-
approve. Are you kidding me?
He would. That
I have to show you when he was planning for this trip. He sent me a picture and was like, I think I'm going to get this for my cruise. And I was like, dude, do not. You're not allowed to get that. And he was like, oh, why not? And I was like, you just don't do it.
Oh no.
Oh, man. He was like, "Well, I think I'd look great in it," and I'm like, I'm sure, I'm very sure. However, don't do it. There it is. Hawaiian shirt and shorts set. Gotta find the one he sent me. Hold on. No, it was probably this one with the palm trees. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll send this to the chat. Yeah, there it is. He said, "Should I wear this to Honduras?" And I said, "Absolutely not." So here you go. In out of character chat. There we go. So this is why I think Avery would approve of that as Java's outfit. Sorry, that's my long drawn out explanation.
Got you.
He was
Oh.
very pouty with me when I told him do not. He was like, I've got the body for it. I was like, just don't wear that, please.
See, I grew up in California,
Yeah.
so that didn't even register a whoa to me.
I don't think I think it's just, you know what? Yeah, I'm sure he could wear it and feel very confident and enjoy it.
Sorry, that was a weird flex, but also when I saw that, I immediately thought of one of my friends I had as a late teen.
Yeah.
That right there is Mark.
I will leave it up. I will leave it up to our GM to decide what Java has worn to the bar. If anything, if he's even going to the bar, he may be
I
like,
mean, he
"Why
would definitely be
you
wearing
go?"
something. All right. Let's see.
So, Dex, next time I'll tell him to talk to you for cruise outfit advice.
Yeah.
Like Dex has a lot more experience with this type of environment, so I'm just gonna slide this over into his DMs.
And I will further qualify myself here. Mark was an agent of absolute chaos. So, yeah.
You know, Avery has already. I asked him how the trip was going, and it already sounded like a Java recap. So, not. He said, "I think I'm a magnet." What did he say? Oh, I said, "Hey, how's your trip going?" He said, "Going fine so far, other than a lady falling 7 stories from the upper decks into the floor below our balcony."
Oh, whoa.
And I was
Yikes.
like, "What happened?" He said, "I'm like a chaos magnet, I guess. I think she just fell. We were like 10 feet away when it happened, apparently. And we got back to our room and saw the whole thing."
Did
Life
she
is a
die?
wild.
Like,
I asked if she's okay, and he's like, "IDK." And then
I
he
mean, I
goes,
guess.
"Life is a wild roller coaster ride. What even is relaxation? But here's some pretty pictures I took. Otherwise, things are going well."
Oh boy.
That is so Avery.
I know.
Yeah. I guess I don't know what the move is. If you're running a cruise, like if somebody falls to their death, do you tell everybody they died, or do you just kind of try to tell everybody, oh, you know, they had to go to the hospital?
No, this
And-
is why they already have a morgue on. Well, that and old people.
Oh boy, they do
That
have a
and
morgue
old
on cruise
people.
ship.
Oh
I
yeah.
guess that makes
Yeah,
sense.
Definitely.
cruises have morgues because there's lots of old people who go on their retirement cruise and then
Croak
uh,
on the cruise.
retire
what a way
in a
to
more
go,
permanent
though.
sense.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, I guess it makes sense. Well.
Well, let's have a drink.
Yeah. All right. Well, you guys are all at the hotel bar. Some of you just looking to relax and process what you've discovered. Some of you with more productive goals. Brother Nick, so how do you want? You're talking about sympathetic contacts, um, plan lists, spreading propaganda, and then it also mentions trying to bring, I think it was sympathetic nobles, the cause.
Yeah, I guess kind of working those 2 points, getting the ball rolling. So reaching
Okay.
out to people who he thinks would be willing to distribute their, I guess, willing or interested to distribute their propaganda stuff. And then I
Okay.
guess also working with Cade on that. I'm guessing he has the connections, and then Brother Nick's providing the schmoozing
Yeah,
on
likely
the
so. And
nobles front.
yeah, I don't know. Not sure how much connection Cade has to the various houses. Um, what do you think, Robert?
Yeah, Cade will help.
I guess I meant, what do you think about his the nature of his connections to the various noble houses?
Well, I guess it would depend on how Brother Nick wants to make use of those connections. Like finding out maybe a low level person who might be an interesting contact that Brother Nick could contact. That'd be much more up Cade's alley than if Brother Nick wanted Cade to reach out to various members of houses.
Yeah, I guess Brother Nick would be willing to do the reaching out. That might just be the if Cade can point him in the right direction of who he knows might be sympathetic. And I guess probably at max, just making the introductions.
Hmm. Okay.
Well, I think the potential problem there is the reputation Cade may have
Mm-hmm.
as a black sheep, but also activist slash hacktivist. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess where that's helpful, where it's not going to be a bad reputation thing. He uh, maybe ask Cade to make introductions. I'm guessing Cade has like his hacktivist friends that we can be networking with for propaganda stuff. But
oh
yeah, I
sure,
guess maybe more on the nobles front. It might just be better for Cade to say, "Hey, here's someone I know who's kind of moderate." Maybe
yeah.
point him in that direction. Just leave Brother Nick to cold call those people.
Okay. So this might be a good time to flesh out just a little bit more um, some of the Tapukan government staff. I will be upfront in saying that I have not uh, I've not crafted every nook and cranny of the Tabukan governmental system.
I expected a whole civics book by this point.
I I've got some stuff, but I didn't want to. To some extent, I wasn't super interested in getting into those details unless they became important. But I also, um, I also didn't necessarily know, um, some things. I'm trying to think how to put it. Basically, didn't want to just come up with a bunch of stuff that didn't end up making any sense. So I've got it. I've got some broad strokes. What we've established so far is that Tabuk is, of course, a monarchy. It has it's pretty much a it's been in the past it's been passed down in a couple of ways. It has been passed down familially, but it has also been at times passed to a different noble house that happened to have the most influence at the time. But it's always been, having noble bloodline was always important. Has always been. So it's trying to think what to touch on next. The other houses, whichever ones are, obviously not the one currently ruling, they have generally been assigned almost as think of them kind of like department heads of various aspects of Tabukan governance, all subject to the king's authority, but that way, it's his way of delegating, or that's their way of delegating a lot of that responsibility, and then those various things are taken care of. And some, the houses sometimes shift some of the responsibilities around, or they get rearranged and distributed differently in some times where things shift. But there is a current assignment, and House Breckenridge is going to be one of those. We've established that Breckenridge House is fairly low on the totem pole as far as influence goes. We haven't really fleshed out all the reasons why that is, but just that it is. And so all of the houses have varying degrees of status, measured in various ways. But all of them are going to have significant responsibilities in some area or another. So what you're telling me is you kind of want to just sort of try to use what knowledge you have available to the crew right now. Pick, nobles you think would be moderate or more potentially more sympathetic to your cause, and basically start trying to cold call some of them.
Yeah, we probably want to. We probably want to head that direction. Yeah.
Okay.
I guess if we can get intermediaries, that might be good.
Yeah,
getting the ball rolling on just trying to make those connections to nobles.
Yeah, and I guess I'll say that much. You would not necessarily know the numbers to get directly to these people unless either Cade or someone else had a particular reason that they knew one of these heads of the noble houses better. But it's possible that he might know one of the kids, or a cousin or something like that who's in the family, or even just someone who works for them. I've also kind of blended in the concept of feudal lords with this whole system. So it's not, Tabuk still has its own standing military, and that's the majority of it. But each of the noble houses does have its own it has its own security forces. They're generally called. Has its own responsibility for the people that work in their department. They're also essentially responsible for. That makes sense. And that.
So I guess, are we saying like contemporary, early parliamentary monarchies, so the king still got actual power, and
Yeah.
the higher level positions just so happen to be staffed out by nobles mostly.
Yes. And the so the king does still hold real authority, and is technically not dependent on the goodwill of the people. And it's not a democracy or anything. Not like a democratic monarchy, but it is. He does have to walk the line because the nobles, at any point they could theoretically decide that one of them is better suited to the throne and pull something like that. But they've also got their own responsibilities and their own, not exactly jurisdictions, but their own authority over their what am I trying to say? I guess their like their category of stuff. So, for reference, the Breckenridge House is basically like the Department of Agriculture, which may have contributed to Cade's lack of interest in following in the family responsibilities. And yeah, so that's basically that. I'm not gonna like list off all 12 of them for you. And I think I like the categories I've got, but I haven't spent a long time sitting down and thinking all that through to make sure that there aren't any weird overlaps. But anyway, so the Buchan government subject to hammering out kinks here and there. Let's see. So go ahead. Let's get some sort of connect roll going just to see how well this gauging
Oh, that's
of
going.
how well you guys managed to gauge the I guess the level of extremism or moderation in various noble house heads.
Can I connect with intelligence?
Nope.
Sadness.
You could get a help roll from Cade. If you could use no or something along those lines to represent his
minister.
Yeah, minister could work. Represent the knowledge he does have of the system. Okay. Yeah, so take a +1 on your connect roll, brother Nick.
Cade just got a nickname.
82.
Katie.
Oops.
That's the best typo I've made.
Oh no!
Oh man. All right. Nice. So, yeah.
At least it wasn't a quote. Wasn't Sarah going, oh, but Katie Sweetums.
Yeah.
The
All
ship
right.
sailing.
Nice. Okay. All right, this is starting to come together. So, Cade and Brother Nick put their heads together, start and also reach out to some acquaintances of theirs and start piecing together some tidbits. I'm going to say that the first they come to is Chanda Abdel, the head of the house, Abdel, of course, that is responsible for the Department of the Interior. And they're
You said this fellow's name is Chandra Abdel.
Chanda Abdel. Yeah, I went ahead and put it in session chat, and they're typically given the title of minister of X of what their department is. And this fella is he's upper middle aged. Definitely he's culturally Tabucan, and as far as you can tell, born and raised. Some of the noble lines are not quite as I guess Arabic themed, you might say, because Tabuk can trace its bloodlines back to, of course, the old mandate, which was quite a diverse, quite a culturally diverse nation.
Ben, you
So
don't even have a character at the bar. Get it together.
I know. Sorry. Tripping over my tongue all kinds of times tonight. But anyway, yeah. There is, you don't know a whole lot about him personally, but some of the hints that you've gotten from people who are familiar with some of the chatter and I guess the rumors about discussions that take place in the basically the council meetings with the king and other places, he seems like a good candidate for someone who would be sympathetic to your cause from the perspective of how you deal with how you deal with, I guess, other peoples, indigenous peoples, and how how a particular group of people is not respecting the I guess the territory and the environment that is in question. So guys are able to get in touch with with basically a secretary. Would you like? How would you like to go about influencing this individual? Would you like to try to set up a meeting with him specifically? Would you like to, forward him your propaganda material? Do you have some other ideas? Or I guess option Z, do you want to just kind of leave it out of character and not get bogged down too much in specifics?
Yeah, I might have to sit on it for now. And decide our next course of action. I'm thinking probably would shoot for some kind of face-to-face if we got a hold of somebody this high level.
Okay.
This is a person that a coup could be built around. If we've got a high level, or I guess like future regime change, if we go our more moderate route, we've discussed up till now. But yeah, getting a high level official who agreed with us could be a game changer.
Yeah. So yeah, I will say you're not certain about his standing among the noble houses specifically. Kind of where he ranks. You do know, from the knowledge you have so far, it shows him as the most likely to support your cause. And so it's a good place to start. You would need to do some more digging, maybe speak with some specific people with the right kind of knowledge to find out better, where he stands and how much power he commands on his own.
Let's see. Is a second role needed for sort of propaganda stuff? I guess that was more straightforward, reaching out to the hacktivists and
Yeah, you've already got those
tunnel snakes
contacts.
and malcontents.
Yeah, you've got lines of communication to tunnel snakes and to, I guess what would be the term? Progressive hacktivists and such. Through Cade, you wouldn't need anything if you're basically just gonna send them some files. If you want to try to direct what they do or how they do it with that information, that would be maybe a different matter.
Yeah, I think I might just control that by info dripping. We give them, I guess, kind of our starter. It's not the most incendiary stuff, but
What would you classify as the
well, I mean, the things
least
we have that
incendiary?
are like straight up Maltech that the government's done. I'm figuring that's
Right.
Gasoline on, well, not just gasoline on a fire. That's probably like the whole refinery.
Yeah, doing so the footage of apparent government scientists and soldiers doing experiments on or training with these alien creatures would definitely be some of the more incendiary, along with the data that indicates some sort of genetic manipulation and the their intentions. Although you don't have anything in writing like I hereby decree that you will dump these man-eating aliens on Urala.
Yeah, it's not so black and white, smoking gun kind of thing. But we got enough, I think, to connect the dots. I'm guessing at this point, I'm kind of thinking, I guess, the least incendiary stuff we have, although still, probably enough to get people riled up. Be kind of a two-pronged approach. Maybe it sort of encourage our contacts to go both ways of release the human rights, abuses kind of stuff, where it's like, hey, look how badly they're mistreating people on Urala. Maybe start, working on similar kind of stuff for, beat downs we witnessed at the protests.
Okay.
And then I think a little bit of like if we had any footage from when we were fighting some of the soldiers, since that seems to be another concern of like, hey, the war's not going well. If there's, footage from the battlefield show like, hey, you guys are losing, and like to people like Nero who are just absolute forces of nature, where it looks, like you're not just losing, you're getting absolutely torn apart by these guys, the
Mm,
rebellion.
okay. All right. Sounds good. So, not necessarily going to try to persuade or direct how the tunnel snakes and the hacktivists use this information, but you're just going to give them, you're going to info drip. So, start with stuff related to the fighting on Urala and, you
Oh,
know,
I was thinking I guess we've kind of crafted our message, so it might just be I send them the future equivalent of our MP4 file
okay,
with some. All right.
your voiceovers and whatnot.
Yeah, I guess kind of edited to the final product. And I'm figuring, if we get it in the right hands and just, ask them, hey, get this as wide a distribution as you can.
Hmm. Okay.
And yeah, if we're putting that in the hands of the tunnel snakes, the hacktivists, other malcontents that Brother Nick's got contacts with already.
What
I'm
about
hoping
the
that's just enough
was
of a
it
net.
Gummy Bear was the name of the guy, or what was it?
Oh, that dude's back on Urala.
Aw,
Mhm.
darn.
Fancy Bear or something
Fancy
like that.
Bear. You're right.
Yeah.
I'm guessing
had such
he's
good-
still
had such
partying
good
it up somewhere.
names on Urala.
Old
Fancy
tunnel
Bear,
guy,
Ginger Snaps,
Oh my
Fairy
goodness.
Tower guy. Yeah.
Tower Guy. Yeah.
Good old tower guy.
Not to be confused with Tower Computer,
Yeah, that either.
who throws house parties while lizard lady's away.
That is a baseless accusation and most heinous. Nobody can prove that. All right, so yeah, let's just say then that Brother Nick and Cade send out phase 1 of the propaganda drip, and they give it to their contact with the tunnel snakes using a burner phone, and they also give it out they send it to hacktivists. Now, go ahead and roll me one. Which one of you wants to roll me 2d6?
I was feeling luckier tonight.
I mean, my reroll doesn't count for anything, but
True.
I can roll.
Do it. All right.
Not bad.
Exactly average.
Very
Yeah.
nice. Comfortably in the middle. All right. So, you guys are able to send your files to your contacts. The response you get from the hacktivists is, some short little bit later after they've apparently watched it. They basically start blowing up Cade's burner phone with all sorts of excited comments and questions, like, where did you get this? Like, is this your voice? Um, you know,
Speaking of which, if anybody's ever wanted a career as a voice actor, Saoirse might be able to make that happen.
Give him a Morgan Freeman voice.
Oh boy. So yeah, they're very curious about all that. They're also excited for what this could mean. You get the impression from them that there has been news from Urala, but it has definitely been coming through a military filter. There has not been there's not been a lot of like the press just having free reign to go wherever on Urala they want to go, and and just record and interview wherever they want. So there's not been a lot of on the ground stuff. So some of the footage you have of people who are, kind of living in not quite in bombed out buildings, but yeah, pretty much in buildings without power and lines out into the rubble filled streets, near
I'm loving the roll
doors and
20
stuff.
right now.
Yeah, you guys are going crazy in there.
That's because Sarah's just going, hang on a second. Are you narrating our conversation? Am I Flower Wizard? And then, hang on. She points to Cade and Brother Nick. And Whisper's like, are you two starting a coup?
Flower Wizard. What?
You got some catching up to do, Ben.
Goodness, I guess so. Wow. Well,
Apparently, we're trying to play a game with Nero that she made up. And really,
Nice.
only she knows the rules too.
We're getting meta.
now that is a that's an adventure and a half right there. Oh boy, you're playing imaginary friends with Nero or
She's our DM right now,
the
apparently.
game. No, I blocked it with my laser shield. Well, I have a bigger gun that, and so on and so forth. Yeah, is this conversation is happening at the bar?
He's like whispering to them very like harshly, like trying to.
Well, he's just like, what are you talking about? We're just trying to get word out. What are you objecting to? Like, this is the plan. We share our data with friends.
But is this not?
And he just looks at her significantly, like, really? Here?
She's gonna give him the look right back, like, really? Here?
It's in an email.
At what point does the bartender come over with the cognac?
Oh yeah, he would have done that pretty promptly.
I'm gonna say she gets her cognac now because she would have handled this very differently with some alcohol at this point. She's got just increasing tensions.
All right. Let's see, and I'll briefly summarize the Tunnel Snake response as you want to send this out now? What happened to waiting a few days?
Saoirse sentiment? Exactly.
I guess we'll tell them that this is the start. Trust me, this is the least incendiary information we have for you.
You get a face palm emoji back. And you also get a message. You do realize that doesn't make it much better.
They'll text. Well, we need to get momentum going. Besides, if you have cold feet, there's already other people who have this video and are ready to capitalize on it.
All right. You get no response for a while. But eventually You get a something along the lines of, "We'll see what we can do about it." Let's see then. So, got phase 1 of the drip started, and everybody is, I guess, enjoying themselves in various ways at the bar.
I wouldn't say that.
Some people starting coups, and some people playing imaginary games. Uh, although it sounds like maybe Saoirse's uh, being distracted from her fun. So Nero's she's narrating this out loud.
She was trying to
Yeah.
get the team to play this game with her, and Saoirse and Cade picked characters. But then Saoirse, who was still trying to like think through things, asked Cade to help her pick a drink because it's Tabuk and she doesn't understand their alcohol, and or like what's normal there, and and he backhanded insulted whiskey.
Mm.
Unintentionally insulted whiskey, I suppose, or unintentionally insulted Saoirse.
Gotcha.
Who takes an insult to whiskey as an insult to herself. And so he attempts to smooth things over by ordering her a special kind of reserve cognac. And then Nero starts narrating some game. And that's when Saoirse finds out her character's name is Flower Wizard, and apparently Cade's character is Gunwing. And she's like, "Are you narrating our conversation right now?" And she's like, "Yeah." And then she realizes like Cade and brother Nick have been like furiously working on their phones, and now Cade's phone is blowing up. And she's like seeing kind of what's going on, and she's like, "Are you two like?" She whispers to them like, "Are you two starting a coup?" And Cade says, "Not exactly. We're just trying to get the word out." And she's like, "Not exactly." And then Nero goes back to narrating the conversation. And Saoirse realizes that the cognac's been set in front of her at the bar by a bartender who's kind of picking up on the really weird tension happening in this group right now. And I was going to leave it up to you to decide how the bartender reacts to that, or up to Cade.
Yeah, I think he's going to he's gonna pick up on it. He'll definitely be bringing you whatever drinks you ask for, but he is going to just um, pay attention to the other patrons and try to stay out of it.
Smart man.
Not my problem. I don't want it to be my problem.
This is not in my pay grade.
I love
just work
Nero's
here.
I just work here.
Nero's response of basically like, quick terse interaction about the coup. Brief pause, and then Nero's like, "So anyway."
Yeah, basically.
Back to the good part. So yeah, we've got a good time going on. I'm happy to let you guys go with that for a little bit. I'm not gonna push you into whatever else. Just whenever you guys are done with where you guys decide you're done with this, we could guys just let me know what you want to do next and where you want to go. Or if you have any other questions about anything that I've told you, either knowledge dump I've done from Cade's perspective, or I shouldn't say from his perspective, that he would know, or your conversations with the Tunnel Snakes or the hacktivists. Let me see here. By the way, little teaser. I am on the cusp of having decided finally which 5 exactly of the noble houses you have evidence of having having given some support to the Sons of Glory.
Cool.
Viva la Revolution.
You betcha.
Saoirse takes a sip of the cognac and she looks really confused.
Mm. Is it not what she expected?
Nope.
The cognac or the conversation?
Both. She's just
Yeah, probably all
she
of it.
came here to be less bewildered and because alcohol usually makes sense to her. But now she is simply still bewildered.
uh, Nero, following from responding to Brother Nick, looks back at Saoirse. Hey, are you okay?
I don't know. I feel like this changes most of our plans.
Flower Wizard?
Saoirse looks at her cup like she wishes it was whiskey. No, not Flower Wizard. She takes another weirded out sip, but she looks thoughtful. She'll look over at Brother Nick actually, and she's going to ask him why he thinks they need to move on this now, essentially.
Nice.
Yeah, I guess he'll sip on his drink some more and then say, I guess it's not necessarily moving on it now, but we do need to get the ball rolling. If we're trying to build up popular support for our plan and to stop what's happening and try to go about things more peacefully, we're going to need time and momentum to build that popular support. I think it is time to start. Already seen the crowds. They barely know anything and they're upset. Imagine how they're going to start feeling once they actually see what their tax money is and the blood of their sons has been spent on.
guess that is a good question. Do parents normally show affection and care about their children here on Tabuk, or is your father just an anomaly?
Mhm.
What?
I think that was an in character spit take from
From what
brother.
what I'm assuming Brother Nick is.
Yeah,
Uh,
Kate is like putting his coffee back down, just looking absolutely dumbfounded. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, pats himself dry. Stings.
Sorry.
Up my nose.
Oh, you were
Sorry.
saying that's an in character spit take. Okay,
Yeah.
yes. Brother Nick
Yeah, Kate definitely spit take.
Ben, what's the bartender's reaction at not one but two people spitting out their drinks at the
Oh man. He's gonna come over quickly and say, excuse me, is everything all right with your drinks?
I like how he
Yes.
very
Sorry, the
specifically
drink is
asked if your
fine.
drinks. As in,
Mm.
I am not certified to deal with any other problems you people might have.
Yes, sorry, the drink is fine. My friend just made a comment I was not expecting.
Saoirse actually has a bit of a grin on her face for the first time the entire day.
Of course she
Again,
does.
Well then, pardon the interruption. Enjoy your time. And he
I might need more alcohol for
gives you
that.
space. Says he perks up a little bit at that.
Saoirse pushes the cognac over to him. Then she says, I'll take an old fashioned if you have it.
Of course. And he gets right to it. Excuse me.
And she'll look at Brother Nick and say, so what you're saying is the people are going to need more time to process everything.
Yes, it'll take some time to get the word out and for people to form their impressions, and I guess for us to test the waters with that as well. Once we see how they're reacting, we can continue to release more information or start to point them in the right direction for calls to action or adjust our plan accordingly.
By the way, I'm assuming that everyone that's talking about anything of this sensitive nature is also being careful to look around and make sure like you
Yeah.
don't have
Yeah, I'm giving you
Make
guys
sure
the
we're
benefit
not
of the doubt.
speaking directly to the FBI agents sitting across the bar.
Oh, we're doing this
Yeah,
all
or-
during karaoke.
awesome.
Yeah. To the randos that happen to have sat down next to you.
Speaking very loudly. Yes, I have come to this bar to confess to all the crimes I'm doing.
In style.
Yeah, so you guys think we should kill the king? Yeah, let's do that.
Are you two starting a coup? Oh.
Yeah, we
No, it's that kind of TV show trope where they're talking about the plan and talking around things in a fairly obvious way, but nobody understands what they're saying somehow miraculously. Like, every Disney show ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah, Ben.
thinking the
Makes
the
sense.
the Newhart effect, where a character needs to say something privately to another character, so they get up out of their seat, walk 3 feet away, and then have a normal volume conversation.
Mhm.
LOL.
So true.
It's
So-
foolproof.
All right. Well, Saoirse would seem to have calmed down a little bit at Brother Nick's explanation because she was thinking at the rate that Cade's phone was blowing up, and as they were talking about that, and especially Cade's response of not exactly wasn't exactly comforting. Um, she thought they were like dumping everything out onto the Tabukin World Wide Web, like right then and there.
Mhm. Nope. Wheel. Anything else you guys
So
wanted?
yeah, Saoirse would actually ask Brother Nick what he wants to do after that, and Cade if there was anything they wanted to do after this, because I think they have plans to meet up with Kadir this evening, right?
Kareem.
Kareem, sorry, not Kadir. Kareem.
Yeah, Kadir's already here.
Yeah, we've already met up with
No.
with Kadir.
Katie is
So
here.
Kareem.
Ugh.
Oh no. So anyway, so they have plans to meet up with Kareem. Is there anything they need to accomplish before then?
Had you guys made those plans clear to Kareem?
I feel like we
yeah.
did because he was like, "I'm at work, but I can finish up." And
Yeah, he even said like 2 hours after work.
Okay, yeah, that's right. Because you guys were. That was like whenever you found out that something funky was up with Nafia's place. You guys were like, "Yeah, let's talk to Kareem about that."
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah,
We're-
it's sort of Operation Hurry Up and Wait 2A between 2 and 3.
Oh, and remember we're all
Gotcha.
cagey about it, and what Nero wanted to do and what Kareem wanted to do, and a bit
Mhm.
awkward.
Yes, I'm definitely remembering that now.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So that'll definitely happen. So sorry, that was in the context of you guys figuring out what to do in the meantime, basically.
What do you mean?
Yeah, I guess so.
Sorry, I may have missed part of.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I think Kareem is something that we're doing once we finish kind of blowing off the steam at the bar.
Okay. Makes sense. That can be arranged. Well, then in character, do you guys want to blow off some more steam at the bar, or do we want to go ahead and fast forward past that?
Probably fast forward.
Okay.
We can find out if Blade Leg, Flower Wizard, or Gunwing won later.
yep.
Sounds like a good plan. All right, then we will go ahead. So where did you guys want to meet, Kareem? I'm trying to recall. It was going to be kind of like a public enough place, but where you could talk.
Yeah, I think
Probably
so.
an ice cream parlor.
I think they actually did talk about going back to the ice cream parlor.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
man. Classic.
Yeah, we've used it as a classic hangout.
Well, we've used it as a place to stalk Nero on her dates, that's for sure.
Yeah. Like I said, classic hangout.
Yeah, man.
Doesn't everyone stalk their friends on their dates? Oh man, I actually had a friend who had a date this past Saturday morning, and she let it slip where it was, and
Oh, no.
immediately told the friend group, like, don't any of you dare show.
Whoops.
Oh,
Did
my.
anyone show up?
What was funny is they were meeting at a Waffle House for breakfast, and we were like, oh, yes, because this isn't the South where there are probably like 30 Waffle Houses within a 10-mile radius.
There you go. Security by obscurity.
Yep.
Makes sense.
All right, so we're moving on to
Yeah, so we'll get on straight to ice cream parlor.
ice
Oh, did we
cream
message
with
back
cream.
Nafia?
Sorry, what was that?
Did we message back Nafia?
Did we get a
Uh,
message back from Nafia, or did she send us a message back and we need to send her one back?
Yeah, Cade
she
got a
texted
message.
about setting up a.
Yeah, in session chat, got a message back from her pretty soon after you guys drove off.
It seemed like the kind of message, though, that is like, I got your message, and I will message you again when I can talk. That's how I read that.
Yeah, I mean, because his message has just been like, "Hey, are you okay? We wanted to meet up and talk, catch you up on, stuff." I think is how he put it.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I don't know
She's
if
like-
she knows that we know about her reptile overlord.
Only one way to find out.
So we should probably text about that.
Except for now, my brain's going, and they were roommates.
They were roommates. Now, why is vines have poisoned?
I figured that was a good place to end the scene. Sorry, I just that question.
Mhm.
And
Two
Nero can answer or
gals
not, but I
chilling in a
thought
s-
Yeah.
So
I'm
6
gonna
feet
give us a reason
apart
to get
'cause
out of
I'm
the bar
not
here.
gay.
All right, yeah, you guys are out of the bar. You guys are at the ice cream parlor, and
Or not
So
a
you-
vest, sport coat, but same.
let's see. So we'll just go ahead and we'll fast forward past the parking the cars and finding a table, and Bream walks in and joins
You're
you
good.
at the table in the ice cream parlor. So what did you guys tell him about what the meeting was about?
We
Once
made
you
it.
got past the initial awkwardness.
No, we never got past that. We
Okay.
left it very vague.
Very vague and
Okay.
awkward.
Yeah.
Perfect.
His overlord's reptile overlord.
Then he
Has Brother Nick put together the Hallmark card? Are we all signing it?
Signed the card.
it's in an envelope just waiting to be handed to him at the appropriate moment.
There was a gift
No.
card to this ice cream parlor.
We're buying your
Perfect.
ice cream. We're here to support you if you need us.
So yeah, when you guys meet him at the table, he'll of course first go to Nero, give her a hug, go for a kiss, and
Is she feeling like smooching Kareem right now?
She is so awkward about it. She does, but it's clear that like she's embarrassed to be doing
Mhm.
this in front of her friends.
got you. So it'll end up being a
Erica
quick
and
peck.
Java, by the way, are just gonna look, of course, like the cats that got the canary. So
Oh, what was that? I got it.
I don't know what face Brother Nick is making.
I
Angry
think we all
face.
know exactly what face Brother Nick is making. No. At least we know what. I guess we know what face Ethan is making. Yeah, I guess Brother Nick is.
Brother Nick is
different question
different. Yeah,
entirely. Yeah.
very different. Brother Nick ships no one with Narrow, his adopted daughter.
Yeah, there's Ethan's face.
Oh
But,
no, Robert.
oh boy.
What did Robert say?
Not
Oh, Robert
Nope.
said Bean.
Mr. Bean.
I posted a
Oh.
Mr. Bean awkward kiss gif.
No.
That the kiss goes a little better than that. It does end up being a peck because Kareem picks up very quickly on her discomfort and then says softly where anybody else can just barely hear. Oh, sorry.
It's okay. It's
Uh,
okay. Just.
Well, clears his throat and because they're
If he looks over at Saoirse and Java, they're doing the first GIF, the one that Ben posted.
gives her hand a squeeze and then goes to sit down, looking, glancing at her kind of expectantly at the spot next to him, but then looking around at everyone and back to her. So
I'm assuming we're all in our nice clothes, by the way, still. And then Narrows in her running clothes.
Yeah.
I'm saying Kareem is dressed casually. So yeah, but trying to gauge the room and says, "So, what's this about?"
We all came dressed for your
Any-
funeral. No.
Have you heard back from Nafia?
Wait, had he told us that Nafia was missing?
hmm
Yeah.
Okay. Saoirse would have wanted to ask on their way over if Cade would have any way of knowing or checking that Kareem, whether or not Kareem really had not been in contact with Nafia. Or like, would we need his compad or what?
Yeah,
Kate
you
would
would
need the compad for that.
Hadn't.
Mhm.
Well, that was way past. But if we thought about it while he was hacking into the phone lines,
Yep.
Yeah, it's possible he could have gotten that sort of data there. They're a little bit particular about some of that sort of data privacy. So, of course, I say you having been able to access her location, but more potentially sensitive stuff like actual calls and messages would be a little more strongly protected.
something
We're
like
just gonna
that we
say
might have
that
been able to infer a lot just from if there had been longer than a 20-second call placed, not even needing the words spoken or texts.
Mhm.
Just did he do anything other than leave a message at any point after he had said that he last contacted her?
Right.
But we didn't get that. And I think Nero is in a blurty mood right now because of everything. So let's get this conversation started with Nero saying we found her. She's seeing a alien lizard.
She comes up the gate with that. Okay.
Yep.
He does like a double take. He says, "Wait, what'd you say?"
Saoirse is only as calm as she is right now because she has had opportunity to unwind.
A lot of mood stabilizers.
Mood stabilizers, yes. We'll say that.
Night, Robert.
She has
So he-
had mood stabilizers, and she is
Oh, yeah.
not
Buddy.
going to freak out
Good
now.
night, Robert. Good playing with you.
Good night, Robert.
Yeah. Good game tonight. Oh, by the way,
Mhm.
Ben, my fave is the dual spit take. I'm just dibsing it now.
Perfect. It is yours.
All right. You have a good night.
Right. Good night. All right, so yeah, he does a quick glance around the table just to. He seems like he's trying to read everybody else's faces after what Nero just said. Then he
Is
comes
Nero
looks
just
back to her again.
playing with him?
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yeah, Brother Nick would say, well, it's not exactly how I would have chosen to break the news, but yes,
Then
we
you
have,
kiss
Saoirse-
him next time.
Saoirse would have rolled. Wait a minute. Did you say then you kiss him next time?
Yes.
That's Saoirse. I was just gonna say that Saoirse just continues eating her ice cream. Saoirse's doing a spit take right there, choking on her ice cream, which she didn't think was possible.
Kareem is looking very concerned right now.
Brother Nick will chortle with that and say, well, to be fair, he's not my boyfriend. Oh, that reminds me. And he turns to
Oh no.
Kareem and produces a little Church of the Sky pamphlet where it says something like, so you're thinking about dating.
Oh no! If Saoirse sees that, any kind of progress she had made at recovering, she is now back to coughing. Java or Cade might be like hitting her back, trying to help her to not be choking.
And Nero has buried her face in Kareem's shoulder.
All right. Yeah, Kareem is looking more and more confused at this point,
This poor man.
but he says, how you're sure? Like, how do you know?"
Well, I think you read the pamphlet and it'll let you know. Make up your mind.
So sorry, what?
Saoirse's mood stabilizers combined with the ridiculousness of this situation have made her entire day.
So this is just, you know, the picture that like Cade got through the window or whatever.
Yeah, I guess Brother Nick will say, well, the pamphlet isn't important right now, although we will discuss things at a later point, assuming you're willing to, of course.
Okay.
I'll say, but yes, back
Oh,
to the
so-
matter at hand.
Yeah. So wait, okay, yeah, that's what I was. I think I don't know if I missed some audio for a second or what, but so the pamphlet is just a Church of the Sky thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. He definitely looks very confused looking from the pamphlet to Brother Nick
Well,
to
it says-
Saoirse.
It's something from the Church of the Sky that says, so you're thinking about dating.
Hmm.
Okay. all right.
Okay, yeah. Got you there. So yeah, he's like, wait, what did that have to do with what I just asked?
I'll say, we've been trying to contact Nafia, and eventually we went to look for her at her house, where we spotted her with, let's say, a guest.
That's well, that's very interesting. I suppose that's would explain her absence. But so she was there all along?
She was returning, probably after her security system had alerted her to our presence.
Hmm. Okay. So he's looking pretty shell shocked. Is there anything you guys want to try to do to soften the blow or help him kind of recover?
I don't.
Sarah
I guess
pulls out a Hallmark card.
Oh no!
so. It does seem like this is all news to him.
Go ahead and let's see. Whatever you think
No.
is appropriate, give me a notice with charisma.
I'm gonna pull Nero out of this one. Someone else will have to make that check.
Well, hold on. Let me look at my character sheet. All right. For notice, I have -1, and for charisma, I have +0. So I'm
Hey,
voting for
don't let
Brother
that
Nick.
stop you.
I'll go for it.
Hey!
All right, let's see.
Look at you.
Well, that was with my
Okay.
wisdom, but that's the same as my charisma
Okay,
attribute wise.
cool. Then yeah, so Brother Nick, feels like he gets a good read on Kareem. He's watching carefully for this, and Kareem definitely seems like this is news to him. He's in fact displaying some symptoms of shock.
Saoirse motions to Nero at the empty chairs there that maybe she ought to get her boyfriend to sit down.
Oh, I think they're already sitting.
Oh, I thought they were
Mhm.
still standing.
Yeah,
Okay.
everybody.
Hanging out at the ice cream parlor.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's definitely sitting down now.
Saoirse's questioning whether or not they should have done this at the bar instead of at the ice cream parlor.
Nero will look
So-
over at him. You didn't know then?
No, alien. So she was with this alien. What were they doing?
So Saoirse, who had started to pull out the Hallmark card, puts it back away into her bag, feeling like this is not the time. Maybe.
Yeah, probably not.
Maybe it's Space Mark, not Hallmark.
It's Hall Space.
Hall Space. No, that's not it.
No.
Boy. Then
It is
yeah,
Tabuk. It could be the Blade Mark store.
Blade leg.
so did you guys? So he asked what the aliens were doing. I guess what she was doing with the alien. He's still trying to like figure out like what's the deal here. Like there was an alien, but what does that
They were
mean?
roommates.
We're roommates. Saoirse's again thinking of Cade being like, "Who were you in bed with, Nifia?" That's kind of a personal question. It's like, well, we're not really sure exactly what this means, but combined with some other things, it was disturbing. Question: have you ever talked with Nifia about your children?
He kind of trails off. Not a lot. She didn't really like talking about her family situation. You know, there are some kind of personal boundaries you don't necessarily cross with your boss. She something about it's kind of a messy divorce. Yeah, I know. She I know she gives the kids sometimes, but they live out of town most of the time. Stay with their dad, I guess. Um, wait, what? He he like snaps out of it for a second. Why are you asking about the kids? Are the kids okay?
Uh, we don't think there are actually children. We think that may have been a
What?
lie.
Now, and he says, "Well, no, I only really I can only really remember talking about one. So is it, you know, you don't think she has any kids, or what do you mean?"
Did you
I
ever
guess
meet them?
also on a side note, was Cade able to do any digging on Nafia to see if it is a situation of like maybe she only gets a kid every now and then?
Um, I'll say he could potentially do that, but that's gonna take some. It's gonna take kind of some, maybe some social engineering, or looking in specific places, or asking the right people for that sort of information. He has not done that so far, but I'd say, yeah, that's something he could do.
Saoirse looks at Kareem and she will say, well, this information could explain it, but if anything, it could be a very convenient cover story for her being able to slip away at a moment's notice whenever she needs to help this person, the alien. We were worried when you said that you hadn't been in touch with her, and we were able to go by her house, and it felt off. I don't really know how to explain it otherwise. She had a car seat in her car, and there were some children's toys out in the backyard, but they hadn't been played with. They were almost set as props, if you will. And
Hmm.
we saw no evidence of a child living there. We'll have to look into it more, but
Okay. Yeah.
we're starting to think that Nafia isn't being completely honest about who she is.
Hmm. Well, wait. Who? Like, what do you mean? What do you think she is? I mean, she's he he gets kind of like a concerned look to you. He's like, think she's a spy? Like, I mean, it's been I he just like seems dumbfounded. She helped with, kind of looks around on ice cream parlors, even seeming nervous to say anything more specific. Um, like she helped you, and I mean, she's been very vocal about her, you know, opinions. Uh, she's, I mean, we've worked together to, you know, fix so many things that the military's messed up, or that immigration got wrong. We've helped people. It's- That I mean, that can't be fake.
You think that spies just sit around thinking of ways to make people's lives miserable?
He he said, "Well, no, but I just." He's puts a hand to his forehead, eyes a little wide. Yeah, I guess I don't know. I never met her, any of her kids. Man, I can't remember now if she had one or two kids. I think it seemed like they were a little older. I mean, not like out of the house older, but like they weren't little kids. You know, maybe you just thought, maybe it just didn't look like they played with their little kid toys. You know, that's what it was. And I mean, they stay with their dad, so I mean,
We don't know yet. There's a lot we don't know.
okay. Yeah, I got you. Okay.
We just
Saoirse can recognize that this is just a really shocking piece
Yeah.
of news for him to receive, and he's just
Yeah. So,
trying to. His brain is trying to make it make sense in whatever way he can.
mm-hmm. So wait, with this alien, what, you know, were they doing anything, you know, like weird and alien, or, you know?
Saoirse snorts when he says that, mostly because she's thinking about Tom.
Yeah, I think I don't remember if he was in the loop about Tom. It's 'cause I don't think you guys had seen. Well, I'm not gonna get hasty and say anything definitive. I just can't remember for sure. Well,
Yeah, I can't remember if he's met Tom.
I don't think Kareem knows about Tom.
was my gut feeling too.
Yeah.
Yeah, say sure. It looked like, or she showed up at the house shortly before Nafia. It looked like she may have been waiting for her. Mostly just went around and was trying to close all the blinds to prevent visibility. Fortunately, we were able to catch a glimpse of her.
Okay, got you. Well, yeah, maybe. Yeah, that makes sense. You know, wouldn't want the. He just kind of trails off.
Your
Yeah,
neighbors to know you're an alien.
yeah. Wait, does Brother Nick say that?
Yeah, I guess who will.
Yeah, you wouldn't. Yeah, you wouldn't. Alien wouldn't want to be seen, and you know, if they're working together, uh, you know, if she's under suspicion or anything, you know, they working against the government's expressed policy and interests, you know, that wouldn't be good. So, yeah, it did need some secrecy, some privacy.
Saoirse's wishing really badly she could give this man a drink right now, but
Or just
um,
another ice cream instead.
he'll be shoveling ice cream, but he'll say, so, well, was there anything else that we need to meet about? I mean, that's
is there
enough. Don't get me
anybody
wrong.
else in my life that you need to tell me is secretly in league with the lizard people?
Yeah.
Did we tell him about the AI computer?
No, let's.
That's probably enough for one day.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking if we can try to figure out what Nafia's been so cagey about, guess maybe ask him. Guess with that information, does this change anything or bring give you any new recollections of what Nafia was up to the last or during the last few days? You saw her were with her before she went off the radar.
Well, he tries to think for a minute. Nothing that I can think of. Was really no different than usual. She has said that she had to go on a unexpected personal trip. She didn't really explain why, but uh maybe I guess it was something to do with this alien, apparently.
What was she working on before she left? Was it anything out of the usual?
Um he thinks for a
Either
minute.
at work or in some of her extracurricular activities?
Uh no, I mean it was some pretty standard immigration dispute sort of stuff. Um, there's some people from Taiwan who were trying to. They were looking for advocacy about their housing situation on Platavos. It was kind of in danger of becoming a class action issue. Uh, as far as I know, nothing strange exactly was coming up about that. That was a high profile thing. He's, but yeah, no, I really can't think of anything else. Um, he kind of seems ready to ready to leave at this point. Says I don't know if I can clarify anything else.
Sersha's Sersha's gonna kind of interrupt him and just let him know. Obviously, please don't say anything about this to anyone else. But we felt that you deserved to know, and we also needed to see if we could glean any more information about the situation from you, since
Right. Yeah, of
you work
course.
so closely with her. And I'm sorry for the stress that it's caused you.
No, thanks. Yeah, just a little unexpected, I guess.
Nero.
Yeah, it's
Sorry.
wow, thanks. And he pats her hand and gives her a little smile. Uh, yeah, I guess I just yeah, I'll have to think about this. And of course, tell me if you figure out anything else about this alien. I I guess it wasn't one like the ones that they were. He kind of like has a horrified moment of realization. It wasn't one of the ones like the military was going to use on Urala, is it?
No.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's good. Uh, yeah, he's very relieved to hear that. Um, But yeah, then he says, "Well, you can let me know if you find out anything else. That'd be wonderful. But I think I should go home and process this."
Saoirse would have messaged Nero on her compad.
I see that. Unfortunately, Nero was established as not being very good about checking her compad, but I was having the same thought as a player, anyways. And so, without even checking her compad, Nero leans into him a little bit. Do you want me to come with you?
Time for Brother Nick's spit Nick take number 3. Sorry. Just kidding. But anyway.
He looks from her to Brother Nick.
If
but
Brother
then,
Nick is making any kind of face, Saoirse's going to kick him under the table.
How does Brother Nick react to that?
Yeah, he probably did make a face.
So there's a faint thump under the table.
Now what is Brother Nick's face?
Kareem has looked back at Nero by now. Yeah, I guess if you want to, I don't know that I'll be very good company. I've got a lot to think about, but I would enjoy your company.
Yeah. Nero shrugs and says, I don't have anything to think about, so it's good.
He chuckles and grins at her. Well, if you say so. Maybe you can do enough not thinking for both of us. But he stands up then and says, "Well, I'm gonna go ahead and go pay. I'll see you outside." And
Saoirse tells him not to worry about paying for his ice cream.
oh, thanks. Well then, guess have a good evening and good luck, everybody. Just don't do anything drastic or rash.
Right back at you,
Yeah.
Rumble.
I guess we'll be in touch.
As soon as they walk out the door, Saoirse's gonna look at Brother Nick and go, "We'll be in touch."
And Nero follows him out, and she gives him a proper kiss once they're safely hidden away inside his car.
Hello, she's a lady.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, after a couple of minutes, the grab car powers up and zips off towards Kareem's residence. That's pretty much a good stopping point for this session, I think.
Yep.
So for next time, see, I believe the rest of Hurry Up and Wait, figuring out better how you guys want to work on the nobles. Also, keeping Esposito off balance and stuck in Kfar, and recruiting more man, woman, or robot power.
Sorry, it's robot ninja wizard power.
Too
Get it
true,
right.
too true. All right, let's see here then. Let's grab some faves. I believe I am first this time. Unless oh no, I've been falling down on this. I was first last time, so Danielle would be first this time.
It's a tie, actually, but I'm just gonna say every spit take. First, the fact that Saoirse was able to pull off an intense burn against Cade that caused not one but 2 spit takes at the bar, and that was what pulled her out of her funk is what really cracks me up. But then for Brother Nick to pull out that speaking of which, so you've been thinking about dating pamphlet from the Church of the Sky. that absolutely almost murdered me. That was hilarious.
That was really great. Once I caught on, I don't know what I thought was going on, but I think I had some wires crossed tonight. That was wonderful timing. Karima definitely appreciated that timing as well. All right. I did not didn't spell out in great detail all your commentary there, but
That's okay. Just spit takes.
took every spit take was the gist of it.
Yeah,
Thanks.
no,
What about you?
you just do that.
The one that I had to select there was the so you're thinking about dating. That got me also. Because that's a shared fave now with Danielle, I'm gonna add one more. It's hilarious to me that everyone was making a lot more of the game that Nero was playing than she was. She was playing make believe, no rules, nothing going on there except make believe.
That's hilarious.
And
Just narrow vision.
Saoirse's coming in with like, is this rock paper scissors, and Cade trying to put a spin on it, and then Brother Nick bringing D&D into it. No, this is just 2 6-year-olds going out in the backyard and playing cops and robbers.
Yeah, that was great. I will definitely have to go back and read up on all of that. Catch up on. Make sure I know what Gunwing and everybody else was up to.
I really feel like Dex, would you mind just like making sure that the stuff that happened tonight ends up in like text roleplay or something?
Yeah, I can. What all do you want in the text roleplay there? Everything?
You know, actually, yeah, just do everything.
All of it.
Yeah, I can do that.
I don't know how to say this nicely, but yeah, basically, if you could just copy and paste everything.
I've got Nitro. I've got all the increased cap. So yeah, sure. It'll only take like 4 posts.
Only
Nice.
like 4. Oh my.
So true.
And then
Real.
wait, did Ethan tell us his favorite?
No, he's next.
Okay.
Ethan, what's up?
Oh, the
Oh,
putting a role playing game inside of the role playing game.
we didn't even talk about the Hallmark card.
Oh, don't worry, we'll get there.
Basically, Ethan was the star of this this session tonight.
Yeah, I definitely my favorite was definitely the Hallmark card comment first, and then also the fact that he actually like found a perfect card and then put it together. And that it like pseudo canonically actually exists.
In Saoirse's backpack because she thought better of.
Nice
Yeah,
little arts
exactly.
and crafts project that happened.
Yeah, I would like to just take the step of saying that it is canonically in her backpack right now, signed by everyone on the team, and yeah, exactly. In fact, Ethan, if you wouldn't mind taking what you put in out of character chat, that concoction, and put it in session chat so that we have it in the official record here. You guys got it made it one of those little custom card things where you get to tell it whatever text to go put in the card. Just great. Yeah, I'm not sure. I really enjoyed obviously most of the rest of the session. A very close tie, though, like a very close second, I guess I should say, is the I think just like the bar scene, the way that everyone was interacting and just kind of piece it all together, and the weaving together of text role playing and what Ethan and Cade were talking about doing, and having Brother Nick and Cade do at the bar there while everyone else is playing.
Trying to relax and unwind, and then they're bringing work into the situation.
Right. And I mean, unless I missed it, so was Cade was kind of playing it too, right? So he was kind of like in and out of both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has like two different conversations. It's like
Which is
leans
such
over.
a group, like such a group dynamic. Like
Mhm.
that would be where you would put in like mood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I had, and if if Avery had been here, or if I had been playing up Java more, we all know which side of that conversation he would have been on. But yeah, so I'll call it this. I'll say the dual conversations at the bar.
I think this is why anytime we talk about possibly retiring these characters, it makes me sad, just because I think it's been said in the past, the fact that like everyone is so knowledgeable about these characters at this point, that like falling into like moments like that feels effortless, and that's so hard to accomplish in a tabletop
Mhm.
role-playing game.
True that.
Mm.
And that's where a lot of the fun comes, is being comfortable with your character and being in their head, and it just
Yeah.
flowing more easily.
Yeah, for sure. Oh man. Also, yeah. Also, I'm loving that Kareem and Nero, they made it. They are official.
They're official, huh?
Well, apparently.
He did get a proper kiss.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my.
Mm. Yeah, Cade might have to bring Nair up to speed on typical Tabukan, dating or courting customs.
What, the violent poem that she wrote wasn't enough?
Yeah,
Apparently not.
that's a piece of the puzzle. But these people aren't simplistic barbarians, just
I thought that violent
pounding
poetry was
his son
integral to
chests.
Tabukan courting.
Mm-hmm.
My. Are we gonna have a meet the parents scene? Because that's gonna be great.
Oh no.
Whose parents?
I think we've already had the
Oh.
meet the parents scene for Nero.
All the Tabukan parents.
I mean, yeah, I guess Brother Nick is, surrogate dad or grandpa or something, but
And Saoirse.
Nero does have real parents. Last she checked, anyway. Well, I guess technically the last she checked, she wasn't able to get in touch with them.
Right.
She hasn't been able to follow up yet on whether or not the message got delivered and if there was any message back.
Yeah, the last she checked, she just got what she considers to be the lie that everyone is doing fine and the quality of life has improved on her planet. But that's all a lie.
Mm-hmm. Of course. Mm-hmm. Well, everybody go ahead and take an XP. You haven't.
No. I have not. Hold on. Here comes my. Oh wait, Ethan, what's your XP at?
154 now.
Okay, I was only one behind. There we go.
Really, you already got one behind?
I think it's because there was a session where you gave us all 2 XP, but I didn't see
maybe.
that until after I had gotten off.
I feel like I'm gonna have to start tracking this myself so that, because I'm starting to get suspicious that, not that I doubt you, Ethan, personally, but I'm just like, is Ethan accidentally sticking some extra numbers in there?
Yeah,
Because
I
it
don't
feels.
know. Maybe double tapping the little incrementer thing.
No, he's still 16 XP behind me.
Oh, okay, so that's the. Okay, good catch.
Yeah, that's the measure. I don't know the exact number. I think it's 16 because that's where he's currently at. But that seems about right for where, like, what level we were when Saoirse and Brother Nick joined.
Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, it's just I only say that because it's like it feels like anyway that every session Danielle's like, so hey Ethan, what XP you at? And he's like 2 or 3 ahead. It's like, wait a second.
I would definitely notice if they caught up to me in XP.
True.
Mhm.
Wait a second.
Don't ask me again tonight because I've already
The
said it's
conspiracy goes deeper than I thought. Dex is in on it.
Oh my.
If Dex was in on it, Dex would have more XP.
All level
Yeah.
20, and we took all the foci.
Nero would already have a wind cutter.
True. Oh man.
He'd be like, don't you remember? You totally gave us wind cutters.
A whole duffel bag of them.
Yep.
I will confess, there's been a part of me that has been super duper tempted to just let you be like, I'll let you guys like take one more focus at once you get to a certain level, just because like the number of times I have like theory crafted a character and just thought, man, if only I had one more focus slot.
Then they
But-
would be a god.
You can already get some wild ones. Yeah, I've done some character crafting. And yeah, I guess if you could take those ones that are just like the pot of greed for focuses, where it's like, well, every build
Oh,
can
Sophie.
take Die Hard.
oh
But for
yeah.
some of them, you're like, oh, well, do I want to be able to do my thing? Or do I want Buku's more HP?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like, is your thing surviving anything, or is your thing something else?
Yeah, so a bunch of mine are like the various experts where I'm like, oh, well, see how far I could try to push a plus. Even those where it's like, oh, I'd love to take specialists too. But some of those are like just getting to roll 4d6 worth more than whatever, or well, with some of these where it's like if I was going for a pure charisma face kind of character,
Yeah.
is missing out on diplomat or something worth going for specialist too.
Right.
I think I would just take alert too with an extra focus. It's a terrible focus. It's so niche, but yeah, it would fit the continued character progression.
Let's see, what is
That's
alert to?
The only thing you get from that is you always act first in the combat round,
Oh yeah.
which with Nero rolling twice and a +2 on Dex,
Yeah, it's basically pointless.
yeah.
'Cause it would almost never apply.
It's never that meaningful. Like, maybe one or two enemies go before her on bad rolls, but they're not
Mhm.
usually. That's not usually make or break.
Yeah, at her at max level, like unless you're going up against warbots or something, the winning initiative honestly is not really a huge deal anymore, unless there's some sort of additional win condition that's not just take out each other's hit points.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we're still streaming. I'll go ahead and close it out now.
Oh, true. All right. Peace.